The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real. They don't call them UFOs, they call them unidentified aerial phenomena.
Aliens. You guys know the meme. The guy from that show on the History Channel, I don't remember his last name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy from the History Channel, I don't know his name, with the hair, whatever, you know it. There's also a great song by Blink-182 about this, and although the three originals are no longer together, Tom is somewhere out there trying to prove to the world that he's been right all along. Aliens do exist. And it seems he's right, because the government more or less admitted to it, or the idea of aliens existing, and then we all kind of forgot about it. Granted, the last year and a bit has been rough for us, between the pandemic and everything else we've been going through, but still, aliens existing is a pretty big deal. So let's explore this idea more. Today on Life's Biggest Questions, we're asking, why are we ignoring alien existence? Smash that like button and let's get into it, folks. Over the years, there have been plenty of claims that aliens exist and or have visited the Earth. The Roswell incident, the Falcon Lake incident, the claims people have made of being in contact with aliens. And obviously the US government is admitting to it now, but just admitting to it isn't enough for some skeptics to believe that we're not alone.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
So a video was accompanied, and in that video you can clearly see an unidentified flying object appear and then just vanish. Now sure, technically a video could be edited, but what would the government get out of putting a fake video confirming aliens exist? I'll tell you what, a reason for people to stop looking into what they're doing. Do I believe that? No, not at all, but I'm sure some people do. I believe this video to be genuine and extraterrestrial beings 100% existing somewhere out there. Why? Well, because there's video of proof. I mean, what more do you need? Now, regardless of where you stand, which by the way, if you disagree with me, you're wrong, let's talk about why no one is talking about aliens. For starters, the obvious. This could be either due to space travel being incredibly expensive and tough. It's not like driving a car, where society thinks anyone could do it. That was a joke because a lot of people that do drive probably shouldn't be allowed to. Anyways, there's the cost and skills required, which few people have. There's also the fact that we gotta worry about the human race before we start focusing on extraterrestrial life. Granted, there are certain people hired for certain jobs. Still though, I think most people's focus is more so getting through our pandemic than discovering aliens, currently, as in right now. And given how much skepticism people still have regarding their existence in general, it seems there's much less vocal support, as people don't want to feel like the outcast of their group. Who wants to be the crazy one who believes in aliens? Not this guy. Actually, I do believe in aliens, but I think all my friends do too. We've never really had that discussion. See what I mean? I don't want to be the outcast, so we've never had that discussion. There's also the fact of fearing the unknown. As much as we like to think we're ready to meet and interact with aliens, I mean, maybe we're not. There's a lot of work humans need to do all over the world to even agree to disagree on something. So maybe meeting a completely different life form isn't in the best of our interests, and deep down, we know it, we just don't want to believe it. I mean, look at how divided people all over the world currently are. If we can't learn to accept each other's differences, then how do we think we'd respond to meeting a completely different intelligent being? Their way of greeting us could be seen as threatening, and unfortunately, our ignorance would likely get the best of us, as per usual. We'd then attack and likely start an alien war, which is probably why we're ignoring their existence. It seems funny now, but I'm actually kind of serious. I do think something like that could potentially happen. Now, in December of 2020, a former Israeli space chief spoke about governments being in contact with aliens and mentioned former President Trump knew about it too. Now take from this what you will, but Haim Eshed, a former Israeli military intelligence defense general, what a great title to have, by the way, specifically dealing with space, explained that governments have been in touch with what was referred to as the, I quote, Galactic Federation. And Trump almost exposed everything that was going on, but at the last minute was pressured not to reveal the big secret out of fear of mass hysteria. Either way, as per Eshed, I quote, "The aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are." He also mentioned an agreement between the US government and the Galactic Federation, and spoke about an underground base for the alien representatives and US astronauts, so take from that what you will. You know, some say he's very credible, others say, maybe not so credible. The Pentagon declined to comment on what was said at the time, which I don't see why they wouldn't just say it's not true. Why do they decline to comment on it? And NASA explained, I quote, "Although we have yet to find signs of extraterrestrial life, NASA is exploring the solar system and beyond to help us answer fundamental questions, including whether we are alone in the universe." So could it be that we're simply not ready to meet aliens? I'd say so. As I said before, we're having trouble living amongst each other for various reasons. Why would we be so eager to meet a totally new type of intelligent being? It's also possible the information released of the unidentified aerial phenomena, or whatever the Navy calls it, in fact isn't aliens, but simply something else and we just don't know it yet. And something else as in, I don't know, something we've already discovered. We just don't realize that's what we're looking at on the camera. A glitch in the system, a fish in the water or something, a piece of lint on the camera, who knows? I know it sounds kind of ridiculous, but really, who knows what that could be? When all is said and done, it seems some governments or retired officials are ready to talk alien, while others are very quick to deny it. The governments currently in charge don't appear to be too focused on talking aliens, and that's likely because they have much bigger issues ahead of them, such as our current pandemic. I think until collectively everyone agrees there are aliens in fact, and I'm talking like NASA and other space federations, as well as the governments all over the world, only then will everyone turn their attention to alien existence. Until then, I think everyone else will be too focused on what's right in front of them, which is whatever media they consume and what they see in their day-to-day lives. All kidding aside, guys, let me know if you believe in aliens in the comments down below. For now, let's do some comment replies from the video, what if life is a dream and death wakes us up? You guys seem to like this video. Mean Boy said, now I got a reason to stay up all night. Don't tell me that was the reason why. I know you were binge watching something like Money Heist, Breaking Bad, The Office. I don't know, these are all old shows. I'm trying to think of like a new relevant show that I'm not watching anything right now, to be honest. I gotta start watching True Detective, actually. I just got craved, so I'm gonna watch that. Driton Reshadovsky said, now this is literally life's biggest question. We're trying to do more of life's biggest questions. You know, the channel's been around a while. We've done a lot of the obvious life's biggest questions, but we're trying to find more thought-provoking questions to ask you guys, or I guess answer for you guys, and have you thinking. Kevin Nelson said, low-key, I think this is real. I feel like life is one big dream, and when you wake up, you're an entirely different person, and you won't even remember your current life at all. It could be very possible. I mean, when you have dreams, you wake up, and sometimes you remember it, sometimes you don't. People have argued that's what deja vu is. It's like you've done something before, or it's like an alternate reality, which is why you kind of remember it. Really trips me out, so I'm gonna stop talking about it. But that's all for this one, guys. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you soon.